Hi kids, welcome to Dixy Storytime World. Who loves parathas? Especially aloo parathas. Did you know that they have magical powers? They are a delicious treat of potatoes that give us instant energy. But did you know making aloo parathas can be a soothing activity? Let's see how Meera and her Dadaji get some wonderful life lessons through the beautiful art that is cooking in Meera Makes Aloo Paratha, written by Sangeetha Narayan and illustrated by Noor Alshalabi. To get your copy of this book, please check the links in the description at the bottom of this video. I'm not friends with Shelley anymore. Meera kicked her shoe off angrily. Hello, my darling child, Dadaji said. She always wants to be her student. Why can't I be a teacher? Meera continued whining. She paced the room. Water, Dadaji offered. Meera gulped it down. Water helps us calm down, Dadaji said. It also helps us make your favorite dish. Meera followed Dadaji as he walked into the kitchen. Can you please help me pour the water into this flower, Meera? Dadaji asked, pointing at the pitcher of water. Meera washed her hands in the sink, then grabbed the pitcher. Dadaji warned, Slow and steady, sweetheart. You can't rush when you are cooking. Meera nodded and slowly poured the water. Don't you get angry when someone tells you what to do all the time, Dadaji? Meera asked, as she watched the flour turn thicker when Dadaji kneaded the flour. Not if I can learn something new from it, Dadaji replied. Do you remember when I learned to play tabla? Dadaji drummed on the table. Or when your dad taught me the rules to play baseball? Dadaji continued. It was so much fun to watch the game with him when I knew how it was played. Dadaji looked at Meera. Now, can you help me peel the potatoes? But I've never done it before, Meera worried. I will show you how to do it. Dadaji picked at the skin with a spoon and peeled the potatoes. Meera watched him and carefully copied his actions. You are an excellent student, Dadaji smiled. Now, let's mash them. Can you stop treating me like a student? Meera wailed. Dadaji shrugged as he got the potato masher from a cabinet. You will miss out on the fun part. He then placed a couple of peeled potatoes in a bowl and smashed them, making faces as he did it. Meera grinned at the sight. Can I try? Meera asked. Dadaji smiled and handed her the masher. Who taught you to cook this dish, Dadaji? Your Daddima is an excellent cook. I learned everything I know from her. Dadaji smiled as he started adding spices to the potatoes. First, we sprinkle some salt, then spices that heal us from inside. Spices are as colorful as the foods we eat. Let's add a pinch of turmeric powder and a half teaspoon of red chili powder. Finally, half a teaspoon of garam masala. Meera watched as the mashed potatoes changed color from white to yellow and then to red. Isn't it boring to always do what the teacher tells you? Meera whined. Here is the dough and here are the mashed potatoes. Can you make the parathas? Dadaji placed the bowls in front of her. But I don't know what to do. Meera stepped back, her hands in the air. Dadaji smiled. And this is why sometimes people need to be a student before becoming a teacher. We all learn new things all our lives. It's one of the things that help our brains grow. Dadaji divided the dough and shaped the smaller balls into a cup, filled it with mashed and spiced potatoes, and rolled them flat into a circle. So, to do anything, first we should be willing to learn? Meera wondered aloud as she rolled the dough. perfectly shaped and perfectly said. Dadaji beamed at Meera. After he placed the flatbread on the preheated cooking pan and added a little oil, the room filled with a wonderful aroma. I love the smell of aloo paratha. I can't wait to learn how to make chocolate chip cookies. Meera looked at the potato fillings. Something still seemed missing. You know what, Dadaji? Meera snapped her fingers. I have seen Daddy-ma add those green leaves to her potatoes. Oh, you mean coriander, Dadaji wondered. Yes, Meera jumped. Green makes the aloo paratha look even more colourful. Oh, you are right, Dadaji said. I didn't think about coriander. Garnish makes foods look good and has health benefits too. You played an important part in this recipe and taught me that flavour and colour are important too. Aha! A student can also become a teacher. Her brain started working fast as she watched her Dadaji chop up the coriander leaves. We could take turns, Meera whispered to herself. Dadaji looked up. Shelley and me. Meera grinned at Dadaji. We could be a teacher one day and a student the next day. That way, both of us can learn from each other. You can be anything you want to be, my darling. Dadaji hugged Meera. Now, let's enjoy the dish. Meera took her first bite of the paratha. This is the yummiest paratha I've ever tasted. Dadaji said, I can't wait to try your chocolate chip cookies. Will you teach me? Meera laughed and nodded. After cleaning up, Meera ran to the phone. She couldn't wait to talk with Shelley. The end. Now, kids, don't go away. Let's have a look on the next slide how to make aloo parathas. Now, this is a recipe for making those delicious aloo parathas, but you're going to need the help of a grown-up. You can put this video on pause and have fun cooking. And now, there are some questions to think about. Let's go. Number 1. Why was Meera upset when she entered the house? Do you remember? Question 2. How do you think that drinking water helped Meera calm down? Number 3. Do you enjoy learning new skills? Number 4. What would you do if your friend told you what to do all the time? Would you get angry? Number 6. Did you get surprised that Dadaji learned how to cook and other skills at his age? And the last one, number 7. What are 3 things you observed through this story? And now here at the bottom we have a glossary. Glossary is like a little mini dictionary. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to check the links in the description to where you can get a copy of this book. And please click on subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We're also available on the Kids YouTube app. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.